Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about some lobbyists being indicted due to a bourbon trip they planned. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Lenny Eckstein, and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
What's happening, guys?
Hello.
Hey, so we're going to be talking about these North Carolina lobbyists and being indicted, and they're innocent until proven guilty. So we'll talk about what happened and how we get to this point. Again, it's been going on for a couple of years, so it's interesting. So at some point, if you're involved in this, you got to be like, nothing's going to happen. It's been a couple of years, right? And then boom. So we'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Tim said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, so if you follow Renee Howe, one of our sister show, the Bourbon Show, co-host over there, she posted up on social media that she is back in the peanut-covered drumstick camp, and she's very happy to be back. So she was eating drumsticks with just chocolate on top. So we're going back to ice cream, but she's back to the peanut-covered drumsticks.
Okay.
Is that a divisive situation for anybody? Because I think it can be. I have my opinions on
Lenny's, let's let Lenny go.
Lenny's ready to hop out of the
Lenny's
chair.
ready to jump on this one. So what do you got, Lenny?
Yeah. So forget that, that I don't indulge in ice cream all that much. I hate peanuts and peanut butter.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that I don't hold any kind of
it's weird for a vegan.
You
think that's usually where they get the protein.
Yeah. But with sandwiches, I don't hate all sandwiches, but I hate all peanut butter and crushed up peanuts. I think that they taste different to me than other people. And I felt this has been I've tried to like it. Peanut butter cookies, it would ruin the ice cream cone to me. And I was at a wedding recently, a family event, and I got talking to some family members. They're like, I hate peanuts. I was like, holy shit. It's like, I don't know if it's genetic, but there were 3 other family members like, oh yeah, we never eat peanuts or peanut butter.
Wow.
It's in the Eckstein family then. Yeah. It's the thing.
You're not as weird as we thought, Lenny.
Right.
Well, and I think you answered your own question. It must be genetics. I never thought about that, but it must be.
It's a great point.
Right.
Oh, it tastes like shit to me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
Not that I eat shit.
It doesn't taste like shit to me. It tastes fantastic. It feels to me like the ones with the peanuts are elevated. I feel like that's really good. And if anybody ever comes to St. Louis and wants to have the world's greatest drumstick, there's a place, again, a small one-man operation. And he made his way, he got them in the Muni Opera, which is a place here. It's an outdoor theater, historic in St. Louis. I mean, it is world-renowned in St. Louis. And he got his these homemade drumsticks that he put together into there, and now they've kind of started going into some grocery stores and that. I could get you one of those, and those things are life-changing, but they do have the peanuts in there too, so Lenny wouldn't be the guy to take to that. But they're fantastic.
In it or on it? In it or on it?
in the chocolate on top of it. So it's integrated into the chocolate. Yeah.
Got it. Nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're called like Rocky Mountain too. So he's stolen from you guys. So yeah. He's made Colorado-esque, but yeah. Don't get on him. I want him to keep making them. So
no. I said good on him. Good job.
Good on him. Good on him. Okay.
I would I maybe have a drumstick once every 5 years, and when I do, I'm like, I should have these more often because they're delicious.
They're good.
But yeah, I do gravitate towards peanut topped drumstick rather than just a regular chocolate top drumstick. Yeah.
Do you like when you get to the very bottom of the cone, and it's got the little chocolate in there? Yes! They put the chocolate, the hard chocolate.
That does sound good.
In the very bottom. That's
never seen Swyatt more excited to talk than right now.
Yes. I mean, that is a great hidden treat that you get with a quality drumstick. Yeah, not all of them have it, but the ones that do, it's good. It's good.
Very big nod. Yep.
That's smart. Like pragmatically, it might stop the drippage as well.
Yeah, this is true. It
seals the bottom.
Christine might like that because that's one of her biggest beefs with cone as a receptacle for her ice cream. So this could help. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Justine, how about you? If you're going to have a drumstick, not that you're eating a lot of ice cream, we know that, but if you would you select one that has peanuts or the no peanuts?
I feel like I would have the peanuts.
Yeah. Lenny might be onto something where things just taste different to him, and I get that because there's plenty of stuff that I eat that I'm like, it's got to taste different. I don't know how people can eat that stuff.
He does like sardines, so keep that in mind.
He does like sardines, so
tinned fish.
Just like the people that think that cilantro tastes like soap.
Right. Mm. Yeah. So
that helps you with your parasites.
Cilantro does.
Yes.
Do you have parasites?
No, because he eats cilantro.
Cilantro. He is walking around without socks, though. That's where you can get it. You got to be careful. Some of those parasites can get in through your feet, so you got to be careful there, Tim.
Especially in the Chicago area.
In Chicago, absolutely.
Yeah, that ringworm.
You go into that lake in Chicago. You go in that lake. You'll come out with some parasites. No doubt about it.
Lampreys.
Yeah, there you go. Tim, how about you? You asked the question.
Yes. So Renee, I had a little fun with Renee. I welcomed her back to the drumsticks with the peanuts on top because it's a little treat on top there. You have the chocolate-filled bottom of the cone.
That's that's a surprise treat.
Yes, that's a surprise treat. But I still think the best part of why you have the peanuts on top is while you're sitting eating it, you will always find one in your shirt post-eating, and you're like, oh, this is a great little treat.
It's a bonus.
For memory. You always drip something on you.
The ones that have the peanuts on the outside, kind of that aren't really fully mixed, like the Rocky Mountain top ones, they will definitely end up. You're going to get some on the floor. It's or on your shirt or whatever. There's no way around it. It's not possible.
It's not possible to eat it. So rather than having melted chocolate and a stained shirt, you get it melted chocolate with a stained shirt and a little peanut left over to make it feel good. So you can lick your shirt, you lick it off, and you're like, wow, that was a gift that keeps on giving. So I welcomed Renee back to the peanut-topped drumstick.
What about Klondike bars? Plain or crunchy?
Ooh.
Crunchy, baby. That's an easy one for me. Crunchy.
No, plain, because the chocolate comes off in sheets, like plate tectonics.
How could one possibly complain about a dripping ice cream cone, but even consider a Klondike?
I was going to ask you the same question. You called it out. The aluminum foil does keep it in tune. Well, it's not real ice cream because it doesn't really melt.
You're one step away from just getting a scoop in your hand.
Right. Yeah. You're one scoop away. You're close.
Thanks for the visual, Lenny.
That also then goes with oysters, too, as well. It's like it's the equivalent thing. It's just melted this, that, and the other. Who knows?
Yeah. So there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's going to be time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Justine this time.
Oh, crap.
She looks unprepared, so let's start with her.
I have the Dark Arts Whiskey House. This is my pick for
the Justine pick. All right.
ABV Barrel Shop. Jesus
Wow.
Christ. I clearly did not eat my Wheaties today.
Yeah, she's struggling. She's going to punch herself in the face before this is over with.
Before the night is over.
She's come close 3 times now. That was a big slosh too, but the pop was great. So
I hope you're up to date on your workers' compensation insurance.
Yeah,
for Justine, just in case.
So she's definitely got the lead. Tim looks ready to go, so we're gonna have him go next.
I got one of our friends' bottles, Trackside Distilling Company.
Oh yeah, he just got in Kroger. I saw. So congrats, go out to Jade Peterson.
Well, that's the reason why
it's a big deal.
This one because who knows who they bought off to get in there, but doesn't matter. Congratulations on getting into Kroger. That's a big deal.
Yep.
So here we go. Slide on the set.
Nothing.
Dude,
nothing.
Your microphone change is hurting you, not helping you.
It's definitely not helping him. So yeah, I'll go next.
It's been duds.
I've got Yellowstone. This is the Recollection series. It's signed by Stephen Beam. And yeah, how about that? I'm going to open this thing up. So let's see. I haven't opened it before. It was Justine mentioned on our previous show, and I was like, I got one of those right over there. I meant to open this. What's different about Yellowstone? It's the normal Yellowstone recipe, but instead of 93 proof, 107 proof. So that's pretty cool. It's elevated in terms of the whiskey. So let's see what we got here. Wow. No slosh there. That was really good. That surprised me.
That was top 5 there, buddy. Top 5.
That definitely surprised me. So I've got the lead, but Ryan has yet to go.
You worried, huh? You worried?
Oh, yeah, I'm worried. Then we got Lenny behind him. So,
although I am worried about Justine's face and getting a black eye before the night's done. So careful, Justine.
Careful.
A little a brass and anchor Warriors and whiskey barrel pick. So that's all I'm doing here. 47.8%. Here we go. Brass and anchor.
Okay.
Out of Florida. 3, 2, 1. It's open. You can't tell it's open. It's open.
It's open. All right. He's at least admitting there was nothing going on there with the cork pop. All right, Lenny, we're going to go to you last but not least. What do you got there, buddy?
All right. I've got a bottle of Cedar Ridge quintessential American single malt. This one's Cabernet cask finish.
Okay.
And before I pop this one, I was just thinking, I don't know if Justine's ever actually punched herself in the face and given herself a black eye, but I did do that once, not opening a cork. But it's a long story of how it happened, but it was so embarrassing. So many people saw it. I knocked myself back in a chair and had a black eye for like a week.
Really?
So
did you make up a story? Or did you tell the whole thing about how you punched yourself?
No, like 10 people saw it. There was no story to be made up.
There was no story to be made up.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Were you at the bar, Lenny? Were you at the bar?
No, I was at a job. I was sitting in a chair and I just, it's just, I swung my arm around just like kind of being dramatic about something. And somehow the momentum just carried forward and hit me in the face.
Oh, geez.
And knocked me back. I was like,
Townsend.
And my coworker just looks at me. He's like, dude, you just punched yourself. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that this time.
Okay, Basie, but not going to be good enough. I had an explosive one, so cheers to me. Cheers.
I gave myself a black eye skiing once, but that's different, Lenny.
Very different and more noble.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. So, all right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about these North Carolina lobbyists being indicted. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about some North Carolina lobbyists that were indicted over a bourbon junket.
Yes, we are. So, to Kentucky, by the way. This is where it gets very questionable to me. I mean, there's distilleries in North Carolina, and I could see supporting local and be like, hey, we put together this event that is an opportunity for us to have a casual environment, but they go to Kentucky. I mean, and then they get gifts and all kinds of stuff. It's a whole thing. What do you guys think about this as you saw this story?
Sounds like Churchill Downs was part of it. But was this over Derby weekend or no?
I don't know about that.
April 2024 was a bourbon tasting junket. Now, keep in mind, the grand jury has indicted them on criminal charges.
Oh, geez.
These are criminal charges. So what they're saying is that the indictments of the two lobbyists, they worked through a nonprofit and Diageo to provide money to a group called Greater Carolina to directly and indirectly pay for lawmakers' travel expenses, hotels, accommodations, and meals. So then that's what comes in. Churchill Downs and Sazerac Company were requested to pay for events as well, directly benefiting legislatures and other lobbyists and the staff on the junket, is what they're calling it. Must have been a hell of a bacchanal.
There's one guy apparently throwing up, and they're like, no, it was because there was no air conditioning on the bus. It wasn't.
That was a great part of this story.
Yeah, it wasn't the alcohol. It was the no air conditioner on the bus.
No, what I find entertaining here is under state law, neither lobbyists nor their principals are allowed to give lawmakers gifts. But, which now negates everything prior, lawmakers left themselves some gray areas for situations that involve events, travel, or large groups of people.
You love lawmakers.
As long as no corrupt intent, quote unquote, is evident, that flexibility could make prosecution difficult.
It doesn't. This is obviously state, but it's the same with the federal ones. They make the rules that govern themselves, and there's always going to be wiggle room where they can benefit from shit. I mean, come on.
I hate to mix politics and whiskey, but here we are. For crying out loud.
When have politics and whiskey never been connected?
Yeah, fair enough, Tim.
There's probably a harder question to answer, you know?
That's true.
Can't they just do their job without getting...
Yeah, but no, they can't. Because, be it on the political level or just the sales level, whether it's the whiskey industry or any industry, pay to play is rampant. And while incredibly illegal and scrutinized, it's fucking rampant. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it all the time. So when I saw this, I mean, there was no part of me that read this article and was like, what? How did this happen? No, of course not. It happens all the time. What I was most captivated by was the account of one, I think it was like a bar or a tasting room or something to that extent. I think it was a woman had stated they rolled in intoxicated, and one of them puked in the bathroom, and they were like, "Oh no!" Yeah, as Steve, as you said, no, it was the car sickness, and they did the responsible thing and found the first sink to vomit in, and then they composed.
They were very specific. There was a drain on the receptacle, so it's
and then everybody that traveled with them helped that person clean up.
Yeah.
It wasn't left to the people that work there to clean up.
Right. Yeah. God. So I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Like Lenny said, there's 0% surprise to this. This is how things work. It's how they operate. You're pulling the wool over your eyes if you think it's anything other than that. This is how.
What's entertaining though, Steve? Well, they didn't. So it hasn't been. We haven't talked about how it was found out.
Okay, yeah,
this happened. The trip to Kentucky made headlines across North Carolina in 2024 after an anonymous post by a Kentucky hospitality worker on Reddit claimed the group had booked a private bourbon tasting but were already inebriated when they arrived on their tour bus.
Yeah.
So this sounds like that person wasn't treated right because the group was already intoxicated a little bit, maybe not on their best behavior, and this person is trying to get back to them, huh?
The person who made the post described some members of the group as extremely rude, disruptive, and said they did not tip the bartender or tour guides, and one of them had vomited in our bathroom sink.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I get it. To Ryan's point, it could be retribution for lack of a tip or whatever. But you know what? They shouldn't be doing this stuff. They shouldn't be there to begin with. Any blowback that they're getting because someone is angered how as an employee was treated, don't do this, and it won't happen. That's real simple.
Yeah. So one of the legislatures in question in this resigned from the legislature in August 2024, and that's when the complaint was filed with the IRS and state regulators against Greater Carolina by a opposite-leaning group, Carolina Forward. The complaint accused the group of bankrolling this representative, but the representative was not named in Wednesday's indictments. So they got one of them. They're looking after the other one, but they're going after the two individuals who indirectly made this happen, who were the two lobbyists through nonprofits.
I mean, you're going after those two guys. You might as well go after everybody at the same time, right? For crying out loud.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're going after this.
To their defense. But was it that egregious of an offense? Like, and maybe I'm missing something, but they went to Kentucky and had a good time, and it was paid for. I feel like there's way worse that happens on the
absolutely.
Well, I'm not saying that you can't find examples of worse stuff that happens, but.
This is pretty innocent in the whole scheme of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
That just tells you, don't stiff your bartenders and your hospitality workers, or you're going to end up on Reddit.
Right.
Yeah, there's the lesson. That's the lesson.
Yeah. But it tells me why do they need to go to Kentucky? This is North Carolina lawmakers and lobbyists. Why do they need to get on a bus or however they did it, fly? I don't know. It doesn't say, but however they did it.
Right.
Why do they need to do that? At what point does that fall under their jobs? It sounds to me just like fun. It sounds like just fun. Yeah, well, I'm sure they are bourbon fans. If I was a legislator, I would, as a bourbon fan, I would like to be taken on this. But there's be nothing in me that would be like, no, this seems right. This seems cool.
Team building, Steve. Team building.
Yeah. I get. What gifts do I get?
It's an offsite.
Yeah.
Offsite.
What gifts do I get? By the way, you should pay for my trip. Here's the bill for my hotel.
Think about like Diageo, Churchill Downs, and Sazerac now have to deal with this too as well because they're all named as the venues that hosted this.
Yeah, they're just
so now they got to deal with.
They just got a gig, and then now they got to deal with this. It's like
totally. Yeah.
So crazy. Well, there you go. There's a little bit about one of the least unexpected things that have ever crossed the Bourbon Daily's path. Lobbyists and lawmakers going out and having fun. I'm sure everything was legit. And I'm sure it was because of the combination of the heat and the long time in the bus is why that lady got sick.
The queasiness of the travel is definitely
we've all been there.
The best of us.
Yeah.
Shenandoah Valley, there's a lot of winding roads there to get through North Carolina to get to Kentucky.
There you go. All right, we'll wrap this one up by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, on YouTube at our flagship whiskey, and RushCreekDistilling.com.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deer Hammer on social media at Deer Hammer, on the webs at DeerHammer.com, and you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right, Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com is where we put our content. ABVBarrelShop.com is where we'll talk about what's happening at the barrel shop or what we have in inventory. So again, check out ABVBarrelShop.com. And last but not least, be sure you check out our videos over on YouTube under the Bourbon Sasquatch channel. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.